A patient's Bill of Rights refers to what a patient is guaranteed when receiving medical care. It may have the weight of law or simply be a declaration by a given entity. The first Patient's Bill of Rights was adopted by the American Hospital Association in the early 1970s. Since then, there have been many Patient Bill of Rights lists. The older lists included the following rights: communication, patients being well informed and actively involved in their own care; respect and compassion, right to have someone notified promptly of the patient's admission to the hospital or emergency department; right to agree to or refuse visitors, tests, medications, treatment, participation in research studies, photos, films, and/or recordings; pain management, and confidentiality. More recent Patient's Bill of Rights lists have included patients' rights to know about what their health insurance company will and won't pay for, and know of any agreements between the insurance company and their doctor that may limit their care choices. The most recent Patient's Bill of Rights, released in 2010 with the Affordable Care Act, was designed to give new patient protections in dealing with insurance companies and included lifting annual and lifetime dollar limits, removing exclusions for pre-existing conditions, extending coverage of adult children to age 26 years, and free preventive care. Informed consent is the patient's right to have adequate information before either agreeing to or rejecting a given plan of treatment. The patient needs a thorough understanding of all the options available, including all pros and cons, prior to making a decision. Let's look at an example. On a Friday, a 63-year-old woman fell and hit her head when she landed. Over the weekend, she took over-the-counter pain medicine and was able to walk using a cane. On Monday, she went to her family doctor's office. He took an X-ray and found a broken bone in her back. He told her she needed surgery. She was transferred by ambulance to the nearest hospital able to do this surgery. Upon arrival at the hospital, the specialist ordered a physical therapy or PT evaluation. The report from PT told the specialist that the patient was not a candidate for surgery. He sent her home with home PT and pain medication. The patient was upset that she had not had the surgery, but her doctor had not made her aware of all the options available, including all the pros and cons, prior to her making a decision. The family doctor had led the patient to believe there was only one option on how to treat her fracture. He did not tell her there were options other than surgery. The doctor also had not told the patient that physical therapy might work just as well. Finally, the doctor had not told the patient that she would likely be in about the same place physically in 12 months, with or without the surgery. The patient's insurance would not pay for the surgery until after a trial of physical therapy. The surgery would have cost $30,000 if her insurance had refused to pay. Informed consent is complex and has many sides. Most of them are not well understood by patients or doctors. In the earlier example, the doctor may not have been aware of the outcome statistics for surgery compared to PT, or may have had little knowledge of the options since that was not his area of medical specialty. If the doctor had explained all the options, or if the patient had asked more questions, the patient may have made a different decision about seeing the specialist. Good Samaritan laws are in place to encourage bystanders to assist when a person is having a medical emergency or is badly injured and in need of first aid, without fear of being sued if they make a mistake. Every state in the United States and many foreign countries have some kind of Good Samaritan law on the books. These laws got their name from the parable in the Bible where Jesus told about a traveler who was beaten and robbed and left for dead at the side of the road. Unasked and unrewarded, a man of another religion and different ethnic background, a Samaritan, assisted the wounded man. Some people are afraid to get involved when someone is injured or needs help. They are afraid of being sued if they do something wrong. In some states, the Good Samaritan law protects individuals who do what they know how to do in good faith, meaning there was no intention of doing harm. In this lesson, we've discussed 3 patient protection measures. Patient's Bill of Rights. There is no universal list of a patient's rights. Most hospitals provide a list of patients' rights and responsibilities upon admission to the facility. In recent years, the Patient's Bill of Rights has addressed what health insurance policies must cover. Informed consent. Before a patient is asked to make a decision regarding his or her own health care, the patient needs all the facts. The patient needs to know the pros, cons, alternatives, and prognosis, if not treated at all, and the patient needs time to consider all the information before deciding. Good Samaritan laws. The purpose of the Good Samaritan laws is to encourage bystanders to assist injured or ill victims until professionals arrive, at the very least to call for help. If there is some protection from liability in case the would-be rescuer makes a mistake, the victim is more likely to get the assistance he or she needs. These laws are different in every state and every country. It's important to know what the Good Samaritan laws are in your locality.